Hi guys, it's Art, the Geriatric Gunner. I got a update for the one load, three gun project that I'm working on. Weatherman's starting to give us some good news. Looks like later on in the week we're going to have some fairly decent weather for midwinter. They're calling for calm winds, slight overcast, probably in the 50s. So that's going to be pretty good shooting. So before I go out, I wanted to give you a heads up on what I'm going to be using, what kind of equipment, so that when you see it, you'll understand what's going on. One of the issues is I'm not going to be using normal targets. I'm going to be cheaping out and using paper plates, because I really don't care about where the rifle is hitting as far as sighting in. All I'm going for is group. So I'm going to get a bunch of paper plates and make little X's on them, and then go for the group. So I don't want you to think I'm cheating out. So at any rate, behind me is one of the rifles I'm going to be using, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I've got on it. This is the front rest I'll be using. It's called a Seb Neo, made by a fellow named Sebastian. I guess that's why it's called a Seb. It is a wonderful rest to use. It was the gold standard for prone shooters a few years ago. He's come out with a newer model recently. This works so well for me, I have no intention of updating it. It has got 3 adjustable feet. This has got really pointy little sharp spikes down there. So you can dig it into the ground. A friend of mine made these washers up for me so it won't dig into a concrete bench. You can unlock it and then adjust the elevation on each of the individual legs, so you always get a nice flat level surface. The main adjustment for elevation is right here, and then you can lock it down, and then the joystick gives you a great deal of lateral movement and vertical movement. So I shoot it with one right hand on the rifle itself, and then my left hand holding the joystick, adjusting it exactly where I want. I've got it set up with 2 different levels, one here fore and aft, and then it comes with the lateral level there, so you can always make sure that the rest itself is perfectly level. It comes with a forward stop, so that as the rifle recoils, you can run the bag rider back up to hit that stop, and you're always in the exact same spot. It works really, really well. In the back, I have got a sandbag here that is filled with a stuff called heavy sand, which is a material that is much denser than regular sand. It doesn't deflect much at all, and that way the weight of your face on the rifle doesn't change the depth of the rear stock into the sandbag. It recoils smoothly, runs back up. I've taken the rear sling swivel stud out, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that settles things right there. I spent entirely too much money on this front bag rider. I think I spent about $25 for it. So I decided that I've got to come up with a better pattern for that for the other 2 rifles, and that's what's coming next. This was the next step. These are bag riders that I printed up on my 3D printer. They're not as wide as the commercial bag rider. The standard is about a 3-inch bag rider for those rests. These are only 2 inches, but the front sandbag on the rest is actually 3 individual bags. There's a horizontal bag and then 2 vertical bags, and the 2 vertical bags are adjustable for width, so that you can put them in. You don't want any lateral movement like this in the bag rider, but you don't want it bound so tight that it won't recoil smoothly. So that's one of the advantages. So the 2-inch bag rider, I went to Amazon and picked up some M-LOK devices here, so that this is set up for M-LOK. I have no idea who this individual in China is. I've got no relation to him or no association with him. I just picked it up from Amazon, and it goes on the rifle thusly, right into the M-LOK, and it works out very well, and it's a whole lot cheaper than $25. In reference to this, if you don't have a 3D printer, I'd highly recommend that you do so. Not just for things like bag riders, but I've got boxes that I put on here, a little box there, shell holders for the pistol shells. Over here is a couple of devices I haven't discussed before. These are for measuring the overall length of the cartridge, how deep the projectile goes into the rifling. You can measure these. And these are for measuring how much of a bump back that you get when you full-length resize your cartridge cases. Both of these racks I printed off of a website called Thingiverse. I'm not very technologically savvy, I guess, for lack of a better term, but the Thingiverse site has got all kinds of files already done. All you have to do is download them, dump them into your printer, and you can print them right out and you're good to go. So I would highly recommend that you get a 3D printer if you don't have one. This device here was 3D printed. I bought it. I didn't have the wherewithal to go through all this. This is much more complex than I can handle. But a little box like this works very, very well. I'd highly recommend it. There you go, guys. That's what's going to be coming up for the week. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far. There is a newer model of the Sebrest behind me. I'm not going to spend the extra money for the newer model because I'm so pleased with this one. But it should take the shooter out of the equation. Once that thing's in the sandbag in the front rest, it becomes a matter of trigger control. And this rifle's got a pretty good, all three of them have pretty good triggers, so that should not be an issue. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. I hope to have some more information for you by then. I appreciate you watching. And in the interim, take care. This is Art the Geriatric Gunner, and be safe on the range.